one of India's leading manufacturers of precision computer numerical control machines, commonly known as CNC machine, Jyoti CNC IPO is coming out. We have with us Parakram Singh Jadeja, the chairman and managing director of the company, here with us, joining us on the show, IPO KYC. He's a first-generation entrepreneur, and this company has been around for more than 3 decades now. Thank you very much for joining us on IPO KYC. The first question is, tell us, what is a CNC machine?
So basically, CNC machine is a computerized numerical control, and we make the metal cutting machines. Earlier, people used to have this handheld manual lathe and milling machine. This has completely been computerized, and people will make the programs and parts cut automatically. They make the parts and everything, and the repeatabilities, qualities are better, and productivities are better. So these are the uses of a CNC machine there.
So earlier it was handheld, and now you're writing a program, and the computer will direct the arms of the machine to make the required cut on metal only, not plastic.
Even plastics also. Plastic also is basically as a metal, is also a material.
Okay.
So you can cut any form of a material there basically.
Okay. So which are the industries you largely cater to?
So basically auto components, general engineering, valves, pumps, aerospace, defense, and now upcoming market called as EMS.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. So EMS is upcoming. But predominantly, which is the largest contributor?
Auto component and aerospace and defense.
Okay, auto components, aerospace and defense. So your key clients lists out ISRO, Rolex Rings, Tata Advanced Systems, Bharat Forge. Can you give us an example of the kind of work that you do for these companies?
So basically, these are the mother machine for manufacturing. Okay, so we provide the machines to, let's say, Rolex Rings. So while Rolex Rings are making the bearings, they use our machines to produce the bearings there.
Okay.
Similarly, the Bharat Forge, whatever they are making the dies in the forging area, they use our machines to make a mold there. And in the other form of that, they are making the crankshafts, and also they machined it, and they use our machines there basically.
So in some cases, you're directly manufacturing the required part for your client, like in Rolex Rings, you manufacture the bearings directly with your machine. And in some use cases, you are preparing the mold on which clients use to manufacture their products.
Basically, we provide the machines.
You provide the machines
and
used to make a mold.
Machines are making the mold.
Okay.
And our clients are buying the machine from us, and they make a mold out of that basically.
Got it. So that's about CNC machines.
That's a CNC machine.
Got it. So now let's move on. You are India's 3rd largest manufacturer of CNC machines with a market share of 10%. How big is the market in India right now?
Yeah.
And even globally, if you could give us those numbers. And has your market share changed over the last 3 or 5 years?
So basically, India has last year has just consumed close to 24,000 crores, close to $3 billion. Worldwide, it's about $80 billion of a market size of that. And in the last 3 years, let's say this market has grown around 25 to 27% of a CAGR like that.
So 3 year, the industry growth rate is 25 to 27%. And your growth rate?
We are at 27% here.
Okay. So how has your market share changed in the last 3 years if you're growing in line with the industry?
Yeah. So basically, we have, let's say, made the product to be import substitute, and we have contributed over there basically.
And about this import substitution, earlier, what percentage, say 3 years back or 5 years back, what percentage of the CNC machines were imported, and today what percentage is being imported?
Yeah. So earlier the 82% was imported, so now it's become a 65% are there.
Okay, and this has been a big driver for the CNC machine growth in India?
Yes, it's both are, let's say the industries also is growing, and we are participating in this all import substitutes are like that.
Is there any reason to believe this 25, 27% revenue growth for the industry will not continue in the foreseeable future?
No, right now this government initiatives of a Bharat, Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and PLI schemes are a growth engine, let's say, for a manufacturing industries, and we are the backbone of a manufacturing industries there.
Okay. And your market share earlier was?
Let's say earlier was 5 to 6%, and now we are at 10%.
And 5 to 6% was your market share when?
5 years back.
Okay, 5 years back, got it. Now let's talk about the IPO. You're raising 1,000 crore rupees
Correct.
via a fresh issue.
Correct.
No offer for sale.
No.
Promoters, no investors are diluting
Nothing.
money. Okay. What will you be utilizing this money for?
So basically, partly we are, let's say, paying our debt over here, close to 450, 475 crores we are paying the debt. Around 300 plus we are using for our long-term working capital, and rest we are keeping for we have a very great opportunities are seeing in EMS business coming over there. So we will use as in growth money to be there.
Got it. So you will be reducing your debt by 450 to
475 crores.
475 crores.
Correct.
What is the debt currently, and how much will it come down to?
So let's say today is close to 800 crores.
Okay.
And it will be reduced this, and longer period also we are looking in the next 2 to 3 years will be completely a debt free companies to be like that.
So in 2 to 3 years you want to be a completely debt free company. Yeah. What about your debt to equity? Because your debt to equity is also on the higher side.
Correct.
So how much will that immediately come down to as you pare down your debt?
After this paying of that, its debt to equity is 0.25% like that.
Okay. So from the current 3.25% as of H1 FY24,
Correct.
your debt to equity will come down to
0.25%.
0.25%. Okay. Now coming to your financials. You've clocked in a FY23 top line growth of 24-25%. Historically, you've grown at a similar percentage rate over the last couple of years.
Correct.
Are you confident this growth rate will sustain?
Yes. See, it will be sustainable, and we have a robust order book with us there.
Okay.
So it's very clear in the next 2 to 5 years the business cycles we are seeing, and all these initiatives of the government, and then manufacturing is growing basically. Okay. So we are fully confident on we will maintain this growth rate to be there.
What is your order book currently?
We have close to a 3,200 plus crores is order book here.
And this gives you visibility for how
of a
many?
2 to 2.5 years.
2 to 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about your margin performance.
Yeah.
In FY21, your EBITDA margins were 5.5%. They improved to 9.7% in FY22, further to 10.5% in FY23, and now to 14.6%. These are the EBITDA margins.
Yeah.
What led to this margin improvement?
So basically the scale of operations are improving, we are growing. So operational leverages are coming there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this ties in directly with your capacity utilization, because in
Yes,
FY21,
basically our capacity utilization is improving there.
Yes. So FY21, your capacity utilization was 35%, improved to 56.5% in FY22,
Correct.
and further to 68.6%.
Correct.
Okay. What's the optimum capacity utilization you'd like to have?
We would like to have at least 90 to 95% to be there.
Okay. So say in 2 years, 2.5 years?
Within
Within 2.5 years, you
Let's see
should
that,
get
yeah,
to
yeah.
a 90 to 95% capacity utilization.
On the capacity utilization, naturally it will be improved there.
So let's talk about aerospace and defense, right? Its revenue contribution has gone up from 19% in FY21 to 37.2%. Is there an optimum mix of verticals that you'd like to enjoy, and how different are the margins for aerospace, auto, general engineering, dies and molds?
Yeah. So basically we identify in 3 categories. We say there is an entry level product that is all auto and auto components like that, and medium level product that the machines are into the capacity, let's say size of the machines, and the price of the machines is a mid level and higher level machines like that.
Let me ask you about your bottom line. Now you've been making losses, at least in FY21, FY22. Can you talk about it?
So basically the 2021 is completely a COVID affected year, and our large portion in our Huron, our friend subsidiary there, is basically an aerospace, completely aerospace and defense dominating companies are like that, and greatly we come out of 23 very well, and we have a very long term cycles like that. So we have seen some fruits on 23, and we'll see some more fruits because it's a long manufacturing cycles and all. We'll see the good results are 24 like that.
So from here on, will the company be profitable?
Yes, even in we have in H1 also you see that
sustainable profitability.
Yes, there is a long robust order books are like that, and there is a good pipes are like that.
So the only reason you reported losses in the past
is in COVID
is due to COVID.
COVID period.
Other than that, in the history of the company,
in
in the last 10 years,
Jyoti is never made.
so in the last 10 years, there's been no
Jyoti
loss
is not.
ex of
We have-
COVID.
Yeah, except in 2021.
Okay. You've got two material subsidiaries, right? I think there's Jyoti SES and there is that French subsidiary Huron.
Yeah, so Jyoti SS is basically a holding company of a Huron there. Its only material company is a Huron Grafenstaden.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the only business which was loss-making due to COVID, or even your standalone domestic
Yeah,
business?
basically this is the only company has made the losses there.
Okay, got that. Just getting back to that point about debt.
Yeah.
Why is it that your debt service coverage ratio is the poorest in the industry? In the RHP, you've shared, the comparable with peers like LG, Triveni, TD Power System.
Yeah.
So why is that?
So basically utilization is lesser in the period of a COVID, and we are fully a vertically integrated company, and those are the companies are in different domains are working, okay, and we are working in different areas, but we have a completely vertical integration, so the backward integrations are very high there.
Okay. And you spoke about EMS emerging as a big opportunity.
Right.
Currently, it doesn't contribute much to your revenues. I believe just 1.5%?
Yes, it's just beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a new industries for India.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is the opportunity that you see?
See, if you look at that, India was having the strength in software industries, and now we are entering into the hardware manufacturing, and all these mobile manufacturing companies are coming over here, and semiconductors also coming over here. So that is the greatest opportunities we are looking over here, guys.
Okay. And how much do you think EMS contribution, electronic manufacturing, services contribution can rise from the current 1.5%?
So let's say right now in our order book, it's close to 8% are like that.
Okay.
And there are many more pipes are like that. So we are seeing in the next coming year, it will reach out to close to 20-25% in there.
The contribution in the order book or the revenue contribution?
On a order book and revenue contribution on next 2 to 3 years that.
Okay. Actually, break up your order book of 3,200 crore into the various verticals.
So basically, we have a close to 900 crores is into a auto component, general engineering, valves, pumps, dies and molds. That's we call it as a base business. The two main growth driver for us, one is for aerospace and defense. There we have a close to 2,000 crores of a order book, and close to 260 crores are in the EMS basically there. Yeah. So there are three components are there in terms of this 3,200 crores order like that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And you spoke about how the revenue contribution from EMS will go up to 20% in the next 2 to 3 years.
It's just, let's say it's just a beginning there. So this 8% is the first year we are entering into 8%. And we are entering there, and all the manufacturing also has started in India now. Many companies are coming from abroad and putting up a plant. So that's a great opportunities for here basically.
Have you identified the size of the EMS opportunity for you?
So if you look at that recently, the numbers are coming, this all mobile manufacturing exports, the way is growing. Okay, these industries are growing on a much higher pace are there. The base are ground zero there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So EMS is growing at what percentage? Auto is growing at what percentage? Top line. Aerospace is growing at what percentage?
So basically, EMS is completely. It was zero for us last year. So it will be many multiple fold like that. So this year we are reaching to 8%, and in future we are looking to be close to 20% in there.
Okay.
In aerospace, let's say we are growing at 40% growth rate there.
Okay. And auto?
Auto is 20 to 25% in there.
20 to 25%.
Yeah.
Okay. Since you don't have any plans for M&A, you don't have any plans to further add capacity right now?
So we will not do capacities are there. Well, we will do balancing there. Okay. Any bottlenecks we will see in the near term, we will do that basically. That's it.
Because in 2 to 3 years, it's possible that you reach optimum capacity utilization.
Yeah.
And then if you start...
Our plant as such a way is been installed, okay, in our phase 1. The total plant we can build up to 3 times than what we have there today. Okay.
So your total capacity, it can be to produce annually 4,521 units.
Right now to be 4,000, close to 4,400 units.
Yes.
And if we, let's say there are we remove the bottlenecks, once the capacity utilization will come, there will not to be much capex is required, and we are able to reach to, let's say around more further 30 to 40%, the more
So
numbers.
you're saying
like
your
that.
capacity can expand from the current 4,500 units
Correct.
by 30 to 40% just by reducing the bottlenecks.
Between bottlenecks.
So there is no need for the company to, come
Invest
out
on a
and
large way there.
invest at least for the foreseeable next 5 years, maybe.
Correct. At least minimum 3 to 5 years there.
Okay. And M&A plans?
M&A already, let's say we already acquired the Huron, we learn a lot, and now we would like to, we already integrated and we would like to, let's say further penetrate to the European markets. We are not looking at any near term to be any M&As to be there.
Okay. Will your gross margin sustain at these levels? Because you are expanding into EMS, where the gross margins are lower. So is there any risk that the product mix lowers your gross margins?
So basically that also not lower, it's compared to our aerospace business is lower there.
Yes. No, but your average gross margins are about 45% roughly.
Correct.
And you're saying the gross margins for EMS is about, I think, 30 to 30...
No, it's
20,
35 to 37.
30 to 35%.
35 to 37%.
35 to 30%.
Correct.
So slightly on the lower side.
Correct.
So is there any risk?
No, there is no risk, but there is a volumes are going to increase there. Okay.
Okay.
And we are substituting the import substitute there. We will improve that also there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Parakram Singh, thank you very much, sir,
Thank you.
for joining in and wish you all the very best.
Thank you very much.